In today's video, guys, I'm going to tell you a story. A little embarrassed to tell, but maybe it'll save somebody a headache or some money in the future. And that is, after 9 years, I finally have been successfully scammed in the Philippines. And I had always prided myself by saying, you know what, I've never been scammed. I've had women ask me for money, I've had different things like that, but I've never been like actually scammed, like tricked out of money. Well, this time I have. Stick around for the story. Alright guys, now this goes back a little ways to when I first moved to Bacolod. Now this has nothing to do with the city of Bacolod itself or the people. This just happened to be probably an isolated incident. I don't think this is the norm. And I cannot name drop the company because I don't know what kind of legal ramifications could happen with me name dropping a company. So, and I don't think it really, to be honest, matters the name of the company. I think what matters is just the scam itself, and that it really could happen with almost any company. All right, so I moved to this condo way back, not way back, but in January of this year, the very beginning of January. And ahead of time, I had reached out and I said, okay, this was in December actually. I reached out to the condo here and I said at the front desk, and I said, who do I contact for internet? And they said, okay, well, this company services this building. That's really the only choice you have. And I said, great, do you have a contact? And they gave me a representative for the company. It was a Facebook. And so I go on Facebook, I message, and the guy says, he sends me, you know, like a promo of the actual company with the promos going on, this speed for this much, this speed for that much. And I went with the very fastest speed that I could get because I'm uploading and downloading and editing videos and streaming, and you know, I got all kinds of things going on. So anyway, I go with the highest service. I think I'm paying around $22,499, so about 2,500 pesos per month, which is not exactly cheap for internet when you think about it. So anyway, I set up a day for the guy to come out and install. I choose the package that I want. The guy comes, he's got the official uniform on, and he's got the equipment, the router from the company and everything. And so I'm like, well, of course, this is legit. The front desk said this is the guy to contact. And, you know, so anyway, he came out, he installed my internet, everything was all set. I could see him on the phone with the company saying, okay, da 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 da, and you know, and the line was good and connected. I tested it, everything was great. And then he said, by the way, there's a promo. You can pay 3 months in full and you get 1 month free. You can pay 6 months at this discount, or you can pay 1 year in full and get like I think it's like a 20% discount. And, you know, I had the funds. So I said, yeah, why not? And he said, okay. He gave me the GCash number. That's the e-wallet system here in the Philippines. And I send it. And he said, okay, send me the receipt. And I said, okay, great. And he said, it'll reflect on your next bill. It'll show you're paid in full for the year. I'm like, fantastic. This is great. I didn't think anything of it. I mean, guy worked for the company. I later find out that these guys are actually contractors, and they're on like maybe like a 6-month contract or maybe a year contract. I don't know exactly how it works, but they don't actually they're not long-term employees. Sometimes they're contractors that come out and do the installation and stuff. Anyway, so I send the GCash receipt to him, and then he sends me back saying acknowledged, received. And then tells me, okay, you'll see it on your next statement. I'm like, okay, fantastic. So anyway, the next month comes, no problem with the internet, and all of a sudden I get email from, well, actually first I want to back up. First I get a welcome email from the internet company saying, welcome to so-and-so, you chose this package, blah, 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 you know, here's your account number and all of this. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I had no reason to believe this was not on the up and up. But the next month comes, and I get another email from the company, and it shows the monthly bill. I'm like, well, this has to be a mistake. So first thing I did before I went directly to the company is I went onto Facebook to this guy's messenger. He's gone. There's no account anymore. Like no name, no nothing. You could see the conversation, but there was no, he was gone off of Facebook. So what did I do? I went to the mall. I went to the company's office. And what did they say? Oh, sorry, sir. We don't, we don't offer those deals. We offer these promos for a monthly rate, and you can pay ahead of time, but there's no like 20% discount for a year. And I'm thinking, oh, great. So I'm screwed. And so I tell the company, I was like, well, you guys need to do something. This guy was a representative of your company. He came out to my house wearing your uniform with your company logo, with your equipment that's in my house right now, running my internet. And he set it all up, and here's the receipt showing what I paid. There's got to be something you can do. No, sorry, sir. This is a problem I have in the Philippines here. Problem is there's no recourse on a lot of things. If you go to a restaurant and the meal is absolutely horrible, you find a hair in your food, the steak is not cooked well, and you send it back, and then it comes and it tastes like like a hard piece of cardboard or rubber or whatever. All they'll say is, "Oh, sorry, sir." They don't offer to comp, or hey, your next meal's on us, or here's a 20% discount for your next meal, or let's get you a free dessert or something. They don't really have any customer service like that. So anyway, no recourse, nothing she can do. And I said, well, let me speak to your manager. And she said, okay, but she'll tell you the same thing. And I'm like, that's fine. I need to speak to the manager. And she goes, okay, here's the manager's info. She'll get back to you within the next few days. I was like, no, I'm not going to wait the next few days. I want to speak to the manager now. Now, I'm calm. I'm speaking calmly. I'm not like yelling. I know the whole save face culture here, and I know it doesn't pay to get upset and angry here because it really does nothing. Anyway, I sit down, literally 1 hour. The manager finally comes up, and just before I even get a chance to say anything, yeah, I'm sorry, sir, there's nothing we can do. Whoever this is, they're contractors and they don't work directly for us, or I can't remember exactly how she stated it. And there's nothing we can do. Your bill is due, or your internet's going to be shut off. So after 9 years in the Philippines, I've finally been scammed. So if you take 2,500 and you times it times 12, and I think he took off like 20% or whatever. I don't know what the exact calculation is. I don't have it in front of me. But it was a good chunk of money. And I was scammed out of that money. Legitimately scammed. And I have not been scammed in 9 years. And I was proud to say that. The entire time I've lived in the Philippines, I could proudly say, you know what, I've never been scammed. Granted, I've had girls ask me for money. I've had girls say, the carabao is sick, my grandmother's sick, I'm in the hospital, I don't have food for the baby. All these sob stories, I don't have money for rent. But legitimately, like, tricked and scammed? No, I haven't been. And, when women ask me, I always tell people, listen, most of the time, I don't really call it a scam. Nobody's forcing you to give that money out. They're basically asking you for money. This company, this was a legitimate scam, is what I consider it. You guys may have different opinions. You guys may say, Gio, you're an idiot. Why would you ever do that? Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't. I don't really think I was. I mean, the guy was, he set up my internet. He had the uniform on. He had the equipment from the company. So I didn't have any reason not to think any different. So anyway, that's the scam story, and I just want you guys to know that if any kind of service you sign up for If a individual is asking you for like, hey, you can pay this much ahead of time or anything like that, only do it directly with the company. Contact the company directly, go to their office. Don't ever do it like I did. It was a mistake. I look back at it now, and certainly I should have did things differently. But I think a lot of people probably would have been tricked in the same case, honestly. I don't feel like I'm an idiot, you know, maybe a little foolish, not verifying with the company and stuff. But yeah, I've been paying it the entire time. Been paying the bill, and yeah. So just want you guys to know, and something for you to look out for. So scamming, you know, again, girls have asked me for money. I've gone to the marketplace where they don't have any signs for the fruit or vegetables, and you ask for how much it is. They're raising up the price. You know, they see your face. You're from the West. They raise the price. That's a low-level scam. I don't know if I would call it a scam. It's not tricking you. They give you the price. It's up to you to kind of figure out what that price should be, maybe by asking other locals and things like that. But again, if you guys have been legitimately scammed, not just asked for money by a girl or something like that, but legitimately scammed, I would love to hear about it down in the comments. Hopefully, you know, it's not a lot of money. I mean, it's not like it broke me and I'm out living on the streets or anything, but it certainly pisses you off, you know, when you feel like, when you realize you've been scammed out of a chunk of money. It's not even the money, it's just the fact that I've been scammed that really just pisses me off. And it's a shame. It's a shame that you know, and I don't blame this on the Philippines. I'm not saying this has nothing to do with the Philippines. This was an individual who scammed me, who was an unsavory character. I doubt if you'll ever see this video, but, you know, yeah, shame on you, sir. So anyway, this happened a while ago, but I just felt like I would release it at this point because I didn't want to do it at the beginning because I was kind of embarrassed about it. And still a little embarrassed about it, but again, let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see everyone in the next video. Sick of dreaming, want something more. Pack your bags, don't hesitate.